right now because issue 3 failed. But Local 12's Brad Underwood is in Columbus, and he's with the group that opposes POT. We're going to turn to him now. And Brad, what's the feeling there?
Well, Kevin, the feeling a couple of hours ago, a lot of excitement here. Claps as the initial results came out at 9 o'clock, but as you can see behind me, only a couple of people left here inside the Ohio Chamber of Commerce. There's more reporters here than proponents of issue 3. They've probably gone on to a much better party without our cameras there, but it was very much excitement when those numbers did come out. And looking at it now, 65% of the state voters saying no to legal marijuana. The people who were here tonight, Attorney General Mike DeWine, as well as Secretary of State John Husted, many people saying this was about greed, it was about money, and the voters saw that. It wasn't about policy, it wasn't about a constitutional amendment that they wanted to see bringing delight to Mike DeWine when we talked to him earlier.
I think it's a victory for our kids. I think it's a victory for, and really an example of good common sense, Buckeye common sense, if I could use that expression. Voters are smart. They usually get it. They usually see through, advertising. And by a huge margin, they've defeated this tonight.
I think that the voters said no to monopolies, no to the idea of special rights in our Constitution, and even no to recreational marijuana and the economic and human consequences that drug addiction are causing in our state.
As Jeff mentioned earlier, probably not going to be the last time we see marijuana on a ballot in Ohio, but certainly not in the form that we saw it today. Many people here tonight do believe in medical marijuana, just not what was put on the ballot this year. And quickly read a statement from Ohio's governor and presidential candidate John Kasich, quote, "At a time when too many families are being torn apart by drug abuse, Ohioans said no to easy access to drugs and instead chose a path to help strengthen our families and our communities." That again coming from Governor John Kasich. Reporting live in Columbus tonight, Brad Underwood, Local 12 News. Cammie.
All right, Brad, thank you.
A judge extended polling hours in Hamilton County from 7:30 until 9 after glitches with how voters could electronically sign in today.
Right, because the voters now sign in on those iPads, and they just